Hello. This is lunchtime sessions for day 2. Okay, so the first time I will introduce the rule of the lunchtime sessions. 日本語で説明しますね。このランチタイムセッションでは、30分間短い時間ではあるんですけれども、生徒の皆さん、参加者の皆さんからいろいろ質問をいただいて、ゲストに呼んでる、コーチの、皆さんに、英語で質問に答えていただくという企画になってます。初めて多分ズームの、YouTube ライブを、見てる人もいると思いますので、ちょっと、紹介したいと思います。ちょっとお待ちくださいね。じゃあ、なほさん、じゃあ、共有を、sorry, 間違えた。ごめんなさい。こっちですね。あら、失礼。
今いけますか？
ちょっと待ってください。
はい。待ってる間にも、もしコメント書ける方がいたら、どんどん質問を書いていってほしいです。
これ共有されてますか？どうですか？
はい。今、
はい。
見てると思います。
はい。一応、コメント欄が右側にあると思うんですけど、そこのコメント欄に、コメントを、質問を入れる、スペースがありますので、ぜひどんどん、何でもいいので、お気軽に、質問入れていただければと思います。ではよろしくお願いします。消しますね。はい。Okay, so let's start the lunchtime sessions. Today's guest is Gideon and Robert.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for joining. So let me please introduce yourself both. So Gideon, you first.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Gideon Sochay. I just graduated from the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor with a major in history, and I also studied education. I really like to take pictures, so I like photography. I like hiking and backpacking. I also love video games, anime, manga, and going to electronic music shows. And after I graduate, and I have graduated, I am going to move to Fukushima Prefecture in Japan in just a few months and teach English in Japan. So I am very excited for that.
Yay. Maybe some of the students are joining from Fukushima Prefecture.
Yeah.
So maybe Fukushima students, please add the comment to asking questions. Okay, go ahead, Robert.
Thank you. My name is Robert Vilkelis. I was born in California, but I live in London. I am from many different places. And at university, I studied psychology and language sciences. So studying the mind, language, how do we think, how do we speak? And my hobbies are learning languages, studying communication. I love learning lots of different things. I also love, like Gideon, playing video games. I have spent many thousands of hours playing video games. And one of my favorite series is the Japanese Touhou Project, where I have 2,500 Touhou Project songs in my library. Just a few. And my life mission is to transform education. And I want to do that by making it more about people. So it's not about what we study, but who we are with. Because we may be in school for many years, but we will be with people for our entire lives. So that is why I think that is important. And thank you for having me on this interview show.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let's start to answer the questions. じゃあ、なほさん、お願いします。
はい。Okay, we getting more comments here now. Let's start this one. Uimama. Oh, actually, there's English version from Uimama says, do you wear masks every day in your daily life? Go ahead, Gideon, maybe.
Well, it depends. It is different sometimes. Some places in America still require masks when you go. Some places don't. It depends on where you live in America. So right now, I do not wear masks as much as at the start of the coronavirus.
Do I wear masks every day? Well, in society, we are always wearing masks. There's the mask you show to others, the one you show to your family, and the one you show to... What's that? Oh, you mean... Oh. Different. Okay. In London, also similar. In public transport, you must wear masks, but otherwise there's no rules that you must wear masks anymore. So there isn't what's called a mask mandate anywhere outside of public transport. But I still wear them when I go to stores or when I travel.
Okay, thank you. Okay, じゃあ次の質問行きましょう。Go to the next questions.
Okay. ATK said, "What Japanese snacks do you like? Because I want to send it to my host family." It's lovely.
How about you,
Any
Robert?
It's a hard one, I think. I personally like a lot of jelly snacks. But what I think, what Japan does amazingly that in the West we are not nearly as good at, it is fruit flavors. The grape, peach, strawberry, anything tastes amazing in Japan. For example, we have grape Fanta over here. Not nearly half as good as grape Fanta in Japan. So personally, I think any kind of fruit jelly snack is delicious and easy to send abroad.
Yeah. I kind of, like Robert, really like a lot of the fruit flavors. And one snack that is definitely better in Japan than in America is Kit Kat. There are way more Japanese flavors of Kit Kat than in America. I remember when I was in Japan, there were all of these crazy Kit Kat flavors, like grape or like sakura or like green tea, matcha, and we don't have any of those flavors in America. So that's what I recommend.
Okay, thank you. キットカットと、グミかなそういうのがいろいろあるということなので、ぜひ、考えて送ってあげてください。Okay, go to the next questions.
Hi, here's some comment for you, Matt. Hello, Matt.
Oh, hi, Rayo. Rayo, I'll come visit you in homeroom 9.
Thank you for your comment.
And my snack is kakipi.
Kakipi ne. Delicious.
Yeah.
Okay, move on to the next question. How do I read? Romanji kana? Romanji said, do you start new custom in COVID?
How about you, Gideon?
Well, honestly, I stopped doing a lot of things in Corona, like seeing friends or exercising. But one thing I started doing a lot more of was playing more video games. So, not any new customs, but I have to be honest.
Okay, video game.
Yeah.
Okay, how about Robert?
Well, also many video games. But besides that, I need to start doing it again. But I was also doing yoga during COVID, and that is good. Yoga. I do not like sports. I think at my school, when I first went to school, we had 3 groups that you'd be put into for sports. and there'd be a sports day at the end of the year, I think secretly they figured out who was really good and who was really bad at sports, and everybody who's okay. Because one team won sports day 13 years in a row. I was in the bad team, so I don't like sports. But being physical is important. So yoga is very good because it's about the mind and the body, not just running and getting hurt, which is good.
OK。ヨガですね。いいですね。はい。ありがとうございます。じゃあ、OK。Next questions.
Okay, the next one, this one. Kano さんかな? He said, what musician do you like?
So I will give two answers. So my honest favorite musician and also my favorite Japanese musician. So my favorite musician right now is Illenium, who is an electronic music DJ. But my favorite Japanese band is One OK Rock. I like a lot of their songs.
And I know there are other Toho questions, so I'll make this answer brief. But one of my favorite circles, they do covers, arrangements of Toho songs. They're called Akatsuki records. When I am in Japan, I like to go to the arcade, to Taito Station. And I discovered Akatsuki records while playing a rhythm game, a music game. So I love them. Every year at Comiket, they release a new album. So I download it. And I also like Disney songs because I like languages, and Disney songs get released in many, many, many languages. So it's a great way to hear a rhythm that you like and then get a new language with it. I use that to learn other languages.
You also, Robert, should mention that you really, really like Monkey Madness. I feel like everyone should be aware of that.
This is a joke amongst the coaches. The leader of Homeroom 10, he knows who he is, spotted this song from the video game RuneScape in my library, and he keeps making jokes about it. Thank you, Krishiv.
Yes, thank you, Krishiv.
OK, go to the next questions. 結構来てるので、パシパシ行きましょう。
そうですね。はい。Here you go. I know Toho Project. What's your favorite Toho character?
I have
Robert.
thought about this too much, so I can give you a quick answer. I have several, but one of my favorite Toho characters is Byakuren Hijiri. So in the context of the Touhou Project, she is a Buddhist monk who believed in peace between humans and yokai. And she was imprisoned. She was imprisoned essentially in, I don't know what the underworld, because she believed in peace between humans and monsters. So I really like her as a character because she has a very beautiful theme. She has a very beautiful message about unity, but also for me, what I see, because what makes characters special to us is how do we look at them and what do we think about them. What I see in Byakuren is the struggle to share a dream with people, but then have people not understand that dream, have people hate you for that dream. So maybe more profound than needed, but I think about characters a lot. So that is why Byakuren Hijiri is my favorite Toho character.
So sorry, you didn't. You just said I'm quick questions, but you answered long question.
I tried. I intended. I wanted. I didn't, but I wanted.
So the runtime session is limited time, so you have to try to the shorter answers. Okay. So go to the next questions.
Okay. Amlon said, where was the best place which you've ever visited?
Okay,
For
go
me-
again.
For me, it was a place called Grand Teton National Park, which is in Wyoming in America. It is very, very beautiful mountains and lakes and forests. It is maybe the most beautiful place I have ever been. And I recommend it if you are visiting America, that you visit Wyoming because it is very beautiful.
What Gideon's answer reminded me of is the Grand Canyon. So the Grand Canyon is a canyon is like a big hole in the ground, but when they say grand, they mean really big. And I remember I went to the Grand Canyon in Arizona, and I thought, oh, it'll be nice, I think. But I was so amazed at the size. It made me feel very inspired. I think there is something about the great size of nature. So I think that is one of the best places I've ever visited, the Grand Canyon.
Okay. いいですね。Okay, じゃあ next questions.
Okay, Tommy Koni said, which competition did you see at the Tokyo Olympics?
Well, I made sure to watch all of the baseball games because I am a big baseball fan. I am sad that America did not win, but congratulations to Japan. But yes, I am a big baseball fan, so I watched baseball.
I saw some great news articles. They were really good news articles. They talked about sports and the people who won. Excellent. People who win sports. Very good.
Okay, go to the next questions. どんどん行きましょう。
はい、広島さんかな What do you think about Japanese education?
Is difficult questions?
Maybe Matt, if you know about Japanese.
Well, we love the Global English Workshop first. And we love Toshin. No, I think it's great. I love working with Japanese education and bringing perspectives from American education, UK education, South African, Canadian education, ideas from around the world together are the best, I think. There are some issues in Japan, some issues in America, but when you combine the best, you get really great education. So I think I really enjoy it. I think the hard work and determination is very impressive, and so I love working with the students. It's great. I think one difficult thing is selecting your major before going to university, because I did not decide before. So it's important to think about it now. Thanks. Very nice question. Very difficult question.
Okay, thank you, Matt. Okay, next questions.
Takahashi said, Gideon, you write picture, isn't it? May I see Gideon's picture? You got your picture, Gideon?
Yeah, I take pictures. I do not draw. But yeah, can I have some pictures if I can share
Yeah, you
screen?
can screen
Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's see what we can do. Yeah. Can you see that one?
It's not coming.
Are you sharing?
Oh, no, wait. I've got it here. There we go.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So this is an entrance
Nice.
to the place I was talking about, Grand Teton National Park. And these are the mountains, and there's a river there and a little town. Let's see. I do not know what other pictures I have. This is another picture from Washington, a big river gorge. I take a lot of pictures when I travel. And I like to share them with my friends and family. But I will not take up too much time with pictures because there are other questions.
Beautiful, though.
Yeah, great pictures. Okay, go to the next questions.
Okay, ATK said, how you learn many languages?
Gideon?
I think the most important part about learning a language is talking with native speakers of that language. This is what Global English Workshop does. So, for example, if you want to learn English, talk to someone from America or the UK or who was raised speaking English. They could be from anywhere. If you want to learn Portuguese, talk to someone from Portugal or Brazil. It really helps you. You can learn a lot from a book or from a classroom, but speaking with someone from that place is the best way, I think.
And I think also having a strong reason for yourself why you want to learn a language is very important, because languages start off very difficult, then you get better and you make progress, and then you realize how much more you must go. So keeping your motivation so you can do that distance is very important. So having a goal that is bigger than just, I want to learn it because it's there. Having a goal like, one day I want to live there, or this is a language of my family, or I want to watch the TV shows from this country. Having a bigger goal is very important.
はい、ありがとうございます。ぜひ、イングリッシュワークショップ、この機会をぜひ有効活用してください。Okay, go to the next questions.
Okay. Nobu said, what is your life belief or your rules you making yourself in your life?
いい質問ですね。
It's a deep one.
I have an answer here. There is a very simple philosophy for me, which is I think it is important to respect people, ideas, and things. So for me, what this looks like is treating people with respect, understanding how to say their name correctly, knowing how to treat them in a way that makes them feel honored. Treating ideas with respect is why I love learning. It's why I love teaching. It's about giving respect and honor to these concepts and these ideas. And when it comes to things, it's about organization. If you own something, treat it well, give it a space where it is important and valued. Do not let things get destroyed or messy. For me, that is a life philosophy which I carry very personally.
Yeah, one thing that helped me when I was finding my life mission is thinking not just about what I like to do, like things that I am passionate about, but finding something that gives me purpose, that a goal that I want to go towards. And for me, that is English teaching, because I feel English teaching gives me a purpose in life of connecting people from around the world and teaching them about different places, my home, and learning about their home and their language. And I think that's pretty cool.
Okay, thank you for the questions. Okay, go to next.
Okay. やまちゃん says, 初めての海外旅行はどこがおすすめですか? Probably Gideon got this Japanese meaning, but she said, Yama-chan said, where do you recommend for the first foreign trip?
Well, if you live in Japan, your first foreign trip, the American in me wants to say America, but I will give an actual honest opinion. I think New Zealand is a great and beautiful country to visit. Because I am a bit of a nerd, I love that Lord of the Rings was filmed there. but it also has a lot of very cool Maori culture that they have a lot of history about there. And there is beautiful, beautiful mountains and ocean in New Zealand.
ニュージーランド、おすすめだそうです。OK. How about you, Robert?
I think that Gideon's answer is good to experience a culture very different from Japan. It's nearby and very beautiful. Maybe I could also suggest South Korea, because it's an example where if you want something that you can see the subtle differences between your culture and a neighboring culture. South Korea is a great way to look at a nearby country and say, hey, why do you do that differently? You do it very similar to me, but different. Or that's very different to me. Exploring new cultures is a way to appreciate what yours brings and what you want to bring from others, I think.
OK, サウスコリアね。まあ、近いので、ぜひ、ね、行く人も多分多いと思うので、ぜひ行ってみてください。OK, thank you both. OK, next questions.
はい。Which one? Okay, let's go this one. Ingrid said, what language have you learned before? What do you like about learning them?
So for me, I grew up speaking English, and I learned some Spanish in high school and in college. I also learned some Portuguese in college when I was working as a teacher. And my family is Native American. So I know a little bit of our tribe's language, Anishinaabe Moin, but not very much, just a few, like second grade level. And I, top secret, might know a little Japanese. That is top secret, though.
So I studied a few languages. So for example, so parlare italiano, ja talar svenska, jag beselek magyarul en kicsit. So Italian, Swedish, Hungarian. I don't know all of them amazingly. Italian is my strongest, but I like to find qualities in languages that I think sound very cool. So I think these languages sound really interesting. Japanese as well. Japanese has a very interesting rhythm and intonation. So that's what I like about learning them. I love sounds and understanding how do we use these sounds.
Okay, go to the next questions. Maybe the 2 minutes left.
Mm-hmm.
あれ No voice. So go on to the questions. So I didn't show up on the screen. So Momo says, how did you like Japan? So Robert, how about you? How did you like Japan?
Well, what I love about Japan is the fact omotenashi, in summary, omotenashi is amazing. I love how safe Japan is, how easy it is to move around. I live outside of London now. No konbini, no easy access to public transport. Japan is way better for that.
Okay. How about you, Gideon?
Well, I like Japan a lot, enough to move there.
確かに、そうですね。OK。じゃあ最後の質問いきましょうか。じゃあ、なおさん大丈夫ですか？
ちょっと落ちました。
はい。
しましょう。すごいたくさんコメント。
そうですね。次が最後にしましょうか。むむむさん。
むむむさんの質問はどこにあるかな。Okay, Mumumu said, I want to go abroad after COVID. Come down, please recommend nice place for me.
This is kind of similar to the abroad question. So I would still say New Zealand.
That's South Korea.
Yeah.
Okay. じゃあもう一個行きましょうか。
How about Los Angeles?
No.
最後、もう一個だけ行きましょうか。
そうですね。一つ、どれにしましょ
質問を多分してきてない人の方がいいう
そう
な。
ですね。
There's so many questions. Thank you, everyone.
I know.
Yeah.
But sorry we can't answer them all. There's so many good questions.
So some of the students putting on the comment, so I love Toho Project and want to talking about Robert. So that if you want to like Toho Project, go to the Robert sessions after the closing ceremony finish. どうしましょう。なほさん一つ最後選んでいただいて。
多分こ
良さそうなやつ
の一番最後のゆうさんのクエスチョンいきましょうか。
はい。
So, 一ノ瀬 you said, where do you think the differences between Japanese and American?
How about you, Robert?
Yeah, I have a broad answer, which is that the big difference between America and Japan is that one is individualistic. It's an individualistic culture. One is collectivistic, which means one is about the individual, me as a person. The other one is about the collective, me as a member of a community. So in America, people are more likely to do things that are about them and what they want. People will give their opinion much more loudly because they think their opinion is very important. In Japan, the harmony, the peace between people is more important. So I have seen many times people do not give their opinion even if because their opinion is different. They would rather people have peace rather than have to argue about opinions. Or even more simple, in America, people cross the road whenever they like, green or red. In Japan, never cross unless it is green. So that is the big difference. And many parts of Japan and American society, you will see that they change based on, do I focus on me or do I focus on everybody else?
Yeah, I think Robert covered a lot of what I would say too. But one thing that I felt when I was in Japan, a lot of people would ask me, a lot of my friends in America would ask me, what is it like going to a totally different culture? They would talk as if I were going to another planet. But one thing I found is that Japanese people and American people have a lot of similarities. Like they both, go to work and like to hang out with their friends, like go out on a Friday night and have fun. And I thought that was really cool to be able to have a lot of shared experience and shared interests with people in a totally different country.
Mm-hmm.
OK。個人と、集団っていうのをね、話してたと思うんですけど、そういうところ意外と国民性というかいろいろ文化の違いっていうところで二人話してくれましたので、なんか参考になれば結構いい質問でしたね。ありがとうございます。Okay, so it's time to finish the lunchtime session for day 2. So thank you for a lot of questions and adding to the comment. Sorry for not answering all of the questions. So, 明日も、ランチタイムセッションありますので、ぜひ、興味のある人は、どんどんまた質問、明日も、コメント残してください。Day 2、しっかり休憩して、後半戦頑張っていきましょう。Okay. Thank you for watching.
Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of day 2.
Yay.